Today I'm here in Adopt Me to show you guys how you can get 5 million acorns. I always do big shopping sprees and you guys always ask how I do it, how I get all of the currencies during these events. So this is exactly how I do it, all the tips that I have. So you can also do a big shopping spree. That is my goal for my shopping spree is 5 million. On Saturday they did admin abuse, and during admin abuse they gave us a boost in our acorns. So instead of making 200 from each task, you now make 250, and skydiving is the same. If you grinded, you probably already know that it is boosted a little bit. These next 2 weeks are going to be the best time to grind. We're going to get week 4, but we're still going to have one whole week after that to try and get all of the pets and stuff. I'm going to show you guys all of the tips that I have so you can get a bunch of acorns and get all the pets that you want before this event ends. So the very first thing that I recommend is taking care of your pets. You get quite a few acorns from just taking care of your pets, so this is definitely something I would recommend since there isn't a bunch of things to do anyways. I would really focus on taking care of your pets every single day since we just don't have a lot of things to do. You get quite a bit from taking care of your pets, but one of the things that I recommend the most is getting a pet certificate. As you can tell, I have 2 pets out, and the reason why I do have 2 pets is because of this pet certificate. If you get one of these, you can use it. It'll last 30 days, so last you pass this event. And if you get one, then you can pull 2 pets out and get twice the amount of acorns. From taking care of your pets, you get 2,700, sometimes more than that, sometimes less than that, depending on the day and how many tasks you get. But on a normal day, you get 2,700. You will get more if it's a camping day. And with no certificate, you get half of that because you only get the task for 1 pet. So it is 1,350. So it is a big difference, and it really helps a lot if you can get a pet certificate. You can trade for it if you want it, or you can buy it in the shop. If you buy this pet certificate, it is 250, and I honestly recommend over buying the pet certificate is getting the pet plus because you get extra things like a golden lettuce, some stickers, and you get VIP for free. So I would get this. It is a subscription, but you can cancel anytime, of course. And if you use Robux, then if you don't have the Robux in your account, it won't refresh. It's pretty much the same amount of Robux as buying it just outright, but if you can't buy it, you can also get it by trading. So definitely recommend the pet certificate. I would recommend honestly getting 2. I'll explain that a little bit later why I think you should get 2. But another thing, of course, is skydiving. Skydiving has been updated. You get a lot more from skydiving. So let's go skydiving and I will show you guys how much you get. This is one of the best things to do. If you're not going to take care of your pets, at least skydive. If you're busy doing something every day, it's 10 minutes for the day to refresh and you can skydive again, then I would recommend doing that every single day. If you're busy doing chores or something like that, you can always come back and at least skydive. So I would recommend doing that. But honestly, taking care of your pets and then skydiving, oh, that was not good, is the best thing to do. From skydiving, you get 3,700 over that, depending on where you land and everything. But you do get 3,700 from skydiving alone. So that is a really good thing to do as well. And like I said, when the day restarts, I'll be able to do it all over again. So that's a daily thing. Do it every day. You get a bunch of acorns for doing that. So if you are doing these things every single day, you are going to get around 6,400 acorns every single day. That is a big upgrade from before where I think you only got like 5,000, maybe a little more than that. you get a lot more now. So in an hour, you get 38,400 if you grind for 1 hour straight doing all of these things. You'll probably get a little more than that because of the camping days as well. Now, the reason why I said get 2 pet certificates is because the biggest secret, the biggest thing that's going to help the most when you are trying to get 5 million is actually using an alt account. I will always use an alt account and make it a baby, take care of my alt account's pets. I use a pet certificate on my alt account. So that way my alt account is making acorns from the pets. You don't necessarily get the acorns from taking care of your pets on your main, but you will get it on your alt. And then skydiving as well is also going to help a lot. You get twice the amount of acorns if you do use an alt account. There was one point where I tried to use 2 alt accounts, which honestly is really annoying. There's too many pets to take care of. So I would recommend just using 1. If you want to try 2, you can, but 2 can be a little difficult. So at least 1 alt account. Use another device. I use an iPad, a phone, something like that to take care of another account. That way my main account is making a bunch of acorns, my alt account is making a bunch of acorns. You can't necessarily like trade your acorns to your main account. You can spend your acorns on your alt account and then trade it to your main account. And that's what I do with every single one of my shopping sprees. I always trade all of the pets that I get on my main to my alt, so that way I can get all of the pets and things. So using an alt account is honestly one of the best things to do. It really does help a lot. Instead of making 6,400 acorns every single day, you get twice the amount from your alt account. I would try to get a pet certificate, but if you can't, it's not a big deal, just as long as you are getting some extra acorns. But it will make a big difference if you do use a pet certificate on the alt account as well. But instead of making 6,400 every day, you are making 12,800 every single day from your main and your alt account. And instead of 38,400 in an hour, you get 76,800 in 1 hour. So almost 100k. So I really do recommend using an alt account if you can. And then of course do your daily tasks. This will help get you a little bit of extra acorns. And then there is also the bottles on the beach, and if you grab these bottles and give them to the settler, you might get a acorn boost as well. So I also recommend grabbing these bottles and bringing them back to him. He'll give you other things, but you might be able to get some acorns, which will help a little bit. Not much because it's only 500, but at least you're getting some acorns from it. Let's see, are we gonna get acorns this time? It looks like we did. Let's do it again. And then he also gives you 3 pieces so you can get more of the owl, of course. So I recommend doing it for that too. And this time we got carp bait. So it just really depends on what the little Irish settler will give you. But you do have a chance to get a boost of some acorns doing this as well. So I do recommend doing the bottles every hour if you can to get some extras. But honestly, the only 2 ways you can make a bunch of acorns is just taking care of your pets and skydiving. And like I said, having an alt account really does help a lot. So you can get some extra acorns and make even more. There's 2 weeks left of this event. The last week is going to be the update where they add the last pets. They did say that there is going to be some other surprises, so maybe we'll get some other things. And of course, there'll be a bonus weekend as well. We'll get that so we can get even more acorns. But if you have any tips, you can leave them down below in the comments. That's everything I do for acorns. And since it has updated, you do make a lot more. So if you want to grind, the time is to grind now. I would try to lock in as much as you can and get a bunch of acorns because you are going to make the most this week. I think I'll only be able to do a 5 million shopping spree even with this update. I want to do it when the rest of the pets come out, so I don't think I'll be able to make a bunch more. But in the last few weeks, I think I might be able to make a little bit more, maybe do a little mini shopping spree. So you do have a chance of making like 6 million if you really did grind a lot during the first 2 weeks of this update. Let me know how many acorns you have though. I'm curious to know. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys later. Bye!